Schwayzy. Hope you're having a good day.
It's a good spot right there.
Center cup.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
Settles in over the putt. That is a solid par putt. On to the second hole. Really a nice mix of opening holes here at East Lake. 214 yards here on this tricky little par 3. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Not his best shot, and now he'll have to deal with a bunker.
Yeah, they say the hardest shot in golf, the next one.
Looking to splash this softly onto the green. I'll tell you what, Phil the Thrill, Phil Mickelson could not have done it any better. What a bunker shot. Par attempt here.
Just dwindling the holes down. Pars are fine right now.
Out of the short par 4 third here at East Lake Golf Club. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
This is a good-looking shot. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Par yesterday, now for birdie. Surprise, surprise.
I tell you, just when you thought things were going to go the other way.
We have already begun. Let's pick up with the action at hole number 4. Frank, our featured golfer has been steady so far. Over the years, this golf course has hosted so many national and regional championships, including the 1950 U.S. Women's Amateur, the 1963 Ryder Cup, and 2001 U.S. Men's Amateur Championship. It is now the permanent home of the Tour Championship by Coca-Cola, the culminating event of the PGA Tour playoffs for the FedEx Cup. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
And getting ready for the putt. Nothing wrong with that par putt. And now the 5th hole in a challenging par 4 here. It is 520 yards long. And, Frank, it rewards precision off the tee.
This is one of the narrowest fairways on the golf course, Rich. Not only that, your tee shot's blind, so you're not going to know where that ball finishes up. Fairway also tilts right to left, so you're going to have to hit that tee shot down the right side.
Not very good.
Second shot.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. Shouldn't be a problem here. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Hoping to drop only one shot, this for bogey.
In this situation, Richard, bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
The sixth green here at Eastlake Golf Club, tracing back to the original Tom Bendelow design that opened back in 1908, built as the green for the par 5 16th. A Donald Ross rerouting 5 years later made it the target for a par 3 on the front nine. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say. And it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Frank, just into that first cut.
Yeah, it's sitting up. Really, this isn't too bad a situation.
How about that shot? From that lie to get it that close, tremendous effort. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. In for par. Par 4 7th, slight dogleg to the left, 434 yards. Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. Frank, straight uphill with this approach shot, what do you have to factor in terms of club selection and setup over the ball?
Well, you're going to have to take at least an extra club to make up for that added elevation. And also, it's tougher to get onto that front foot.
Headed for the bunker? In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
Oh my goodness, he just made that. I cannot believe it.
I was thinking he might get it close. And just a great shot.
Hole number 8, now another dogleg left set up here. 405 yards, par 4. Here at the 8th, again, this is not an especially long hole, but it requires some thinking. It's a strategic golf hole. 405-yard par 4, and it doglegs to the left, so position is key. Beautiful looking shot right here. The approach now at the par 4 8th. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read, and missed out on that second part. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. They'll take it. That's a par. To finish off the front nine now, we are on to the first of two par fives on the course, measuring at exactly 600 yards. A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Okay, the second shot now at this par five. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Frank, not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par five.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards.
He'll need to be strong with this. Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Just a couple of feet. Cleans that up in the hole. Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back nine, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Trying to zero in now on this approach shot here at the par 4 10th. What a shot. Perfectly placed right next to the hole. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round.
Dwindling the holes down. Pars are fine right now.
Moving on to the 11th here, 197 yards. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
A good effort and a good par putt. Now to the par 4 12th. It's only 391 yards, so Frank, where could a player run into some trouble here?
It's actually the green here, Rich. The whole hole slopes downhill, and when you look at the second shot into this green, it looks like it pitches back to front, but that's an that's an optical illusion. When you get onto this green, it's actually relatively flat, but you'd swear the green slopes towards you.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Sizing up your second shot now to the par 4 12th. Frank, what are you visualizing?
Well, you can take a little bit off this yardage, Rich. It's a pretty pleasing second shot, big circle of a green. And actually, this green has probably about the least amount of slope at Eastlake.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. Frank, he might like this one. He might like... Oh, he's going to love it, Frank. Oh, he's going to love it. Great putt. Now at the par 4 13th, and this one is all you want. Good, challenging tee shot, and then you need to put the ball in the right spot on the green. It slopes from back to front, and this one will require a player to be dialed in.
You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
You know, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Oh, that's off the beaten track. You've got 5 minutes to find it.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. So from the rough back to the fairway. That's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait. And at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
That's a well-played shot, putting the ball right on the green.
It's at sneaky distance.
Oh my gosh, that hurts. That is a painful miss right there. And a bogey, drop shot here at the 13th.
In the big scheme of things, that bogey won't even count.
Old oaks and tall pines make this straightaway par 4 a really tight and demanding driving hole. Longer tee shots could leave a difficult side hill stance along the right side of the fairway. That two-tiered green is bunkered on both sides with the green sloping again from back to front. Players placing their ball below the hole will have chances for birdie.
Oh, they've had some meat behind it.
The approach now to the 14th hole. Frank, what do you look to do here?
It's the opposite of 13. Now you're going straight downhill, but the green slopes in the other direction, so don't get too cavalier here. You've got to pitch that ball just slightly short of the flag.
Headed for the bunker, I think. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
And he's made it onto the green now. Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday. Always take that. Good par putt right there. We mentioned just 2 par 5s here at East Lake, and here is that second par 5. It's the 15th and only 525 yards.
Yeah, this is a doozy, really, especially where it comes in the round. It forces you to attack the hole. There's plenty of trouble off the tee, bunkers right and that solitary one on the left. But the second shot, if you can just keep it slightly left of the flag, you'll notice the natural contours will send that ball to the right.
Big swing coming up here at the par 5 15th.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Really solid stroke.
Moving on to number 16 now, 481-yard par 4.
Another one that's downhill with the fairway sloping from left to right. Series of bunkers down the left side. It's not the end of the world, actually, if you go on those ones down the left. Every now and again, you'll see someone try and hit a driver and try and take them all out of play. Is that
you? Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Frank, that looked good to me. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Did the job right there. Now the 17th hole here at East Lake, 455 yards, made famous a few years back by Bill Haas, who splashed one out of the water left of the green on his way to winning the FedEx Cup Championship. That's in the fairway. Frank, this is always one of the most crucial shots in any round at East Lake in the Tour Championship. It is the second to the 17th.
A high lofted second shot once again required here. There's a little area on the front that you can use if the flag's there, but when that flag gets back or left, really you have to hit the ball in the middle of the green and just allow that slope to take it here. Very risky to go at the flag.
Not missing by much today, but enough to again be in the bunker. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know, it might just go in. Not a problem there, Rich.
Getting set now over the putt. Solid par. Now to the final hole here at East Lake Golf Club. And Frank, there aren't too many golf courses that finish with a par 3.
And that's why it's always under a debate whether you should finish on a par 3, especially one of this length. Twos are very, very hard to find on this green. And the reason why there's so many slopes and hollows here, the 2 bunkers, remember the great up and down from Jim Furyk from the right bunker? That's more than possible. But this is it. This is what it comes down to. Somehow make a 3.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Just a great putt and a great win. On to the finishing hole here at East Lake Golf Club. Not many courses end with a par 3. It's always a fun finishing hole. EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the U.S. Open Championship. We're off and running here, and let's take you down to the action at hole number 1. Frank, you've been there so many times, really nothing like the first tee of a brand new championship.
The thought of the unknown, the beauty of sport, you and the golf course. Doesn't get any better, Rich.
Good tee shot right in the short grass. Settling in now for the second shot here at this opening hole.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Frank, not exactly the kind of putt you want to start off the round.
Yeah, it looks like first hole nerves. Just needs to shake it off, take the bogey, and he's going to have to start again on the next.
Well, with that drop shot, moves to 1 over for the tournament. On the tee, ready to go. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Just a couple of feet. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Frank, this hole, the third at 428 yards, has been a part of the U.S. Open story for a long time, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, it's just a great par 4. It's a typical U.S. Open par 4 that challenges in between the ears as well as the swing and the execution itself. The second shot, slightly uphill. You've really got to break this green into 2 sections. That ridge in the middle, anything past that, everything funnels off and towards the back of this green. Anything short of that, well, it actually goes towards the front side. So very difficult from tee all the way through to the green.
Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players, the ability to get it that close from that kind of lie. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Doesn't dig into the lead with that par, but Frank, sometimes, and you know this as well as anyone, you just have to kind of maintain your footing out there. Now to the par 5 fourth. It is 609 yards. Frank, this has been pivotal in past U.S. Opens.
Yeah, it certainly has. A good drive here, there's a chance to go for the par 5 and 2. A bad drive here, finding the church pews or the bunkers on the right. More often than not, you're pitching out sideways. Totally different proposition.
Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. Missed the fairway in the fairway bunker now.
It's not all gloom and doom, though. Lip isn't too high. A good swing here still shouldn't be a problem.
Out of the sand and back on the fairway.
Yeah, good shot. Just really utilized that little bit between the ears. Realized he couldn't reach the green and instead opted for fairway.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. Has this putt for birdie. Looks primed right now.
Anything other than backing up. Very aggressive. That birdie, now in second.
It's a nice little hole, Frank. 382 yards, par 4, fifth here at Oakmont.
You can't really hit a driver or a three-wood down here. You're going to run out of fairway. Plus, there's no real advantage. Hole starts to shrink up here. Just got to play it as a two-shotter. But it's easy just to blaze away with an iron. If you can hit an iron at a US Open off a par 4 tee, you better hit it in the fairway.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut, not too bad. How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
See if he can get something going here. 2 straight birdies. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
And getting ready for the putt. Stays at 1 under with that par. Frank, you played the U.S. Open and nearly won it back in 1994 at Oakmont, so you remember this par 3-6, the 194 yards. It's changed a bit since then. How?
It has. They've actually made the green a little bit bigger, and how they managed to do that, they took away a bunker that used to be behind the green a little on the left side. It's not really made the hole any easier, but it still suits like a little bit of a cut. And there's something that starts on those left bunkers and works its way back towards the middle of the green. The reason why that's a better shot is because the slope of the green goes in the opposite direction. So it's one way to keep the ball straighter.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. He'll take par and move on. U.S. Open continuing here at the par 4 7th at Oakmont. It's 434 yards. Frank, when I think about a U.S. Open, I think of 5-footers for bogey being as important as a 5-footer for birdie at most other tournaments.
Yeah, and I think that's why when you look at the list of great US Open champions, the names of Ben Hogan's come out, tough character from Fort Worth. Jack Nicklaus, you know, the greatest achiever in the game. Tiger Woods at his best. US Opens, to win multiple US Opens, it just takes a very, very rare character.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Second shot here at the par 4 7th. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
Didn't hit it in there tight, but still with a good chance.
Yeah, if that's his worst shot at the end of the day, then I still think he's played well.
Solid play, heart of the green. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Wow, I thought he made that. That is a painful bogey at the 7th hole. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Frank, at this stage of the championship, you cannot afford bogeys.
That's right. Now there's an even bigger gap between where they stand and the top of the leaderboard.
And yet again, he has hit it off the tee and into the bunker. Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Love it with a nice splash out of the bunker. It lands softly and just runs out right next to the hole. Beautiful shot. These putts keep the round together. Oh my goodness, how did he miss that? Trying to get out of here with just one dropped shot. This is for bogey. Frank, they didn't have any openings at EA Sports Basketball because, I mean, this is just brutal to watch. And now to the 9th, and in case a player has forgotten somehow that he's at a U.S. Open, The ninth will remind him very quickly that this is the national championship. This is demanding. Good tee shot right in the short grass. Frank, it's always fun at a U.S. Open when you have a shot that could be described as not only tough but quirky, and I think this would fit the bill.
It is, because the green really was built for a par 5, and when you look at the size of it, you can say, well, why would a green that big be built for a par 5? Well, half of it really is unusual because it's a practice putting green, but it has hole locations like just over the bunker on the right that really designed for a par 5. So it's a par 4. Somehow, if you can thread it through that gap and take 2 putts, this is one of the harder greens to putt on too. This is a stout par 4 to finish the front 9.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Okay, has it, and stays at 1 over par. Heading out to the action now. We pick up with our featured golfer at hole number 10. Time to turn it around, isn't it, Frank?
Yeah, time's now, that's for sure. Some poor play, scorecard reflects that. Some good play, and the scorecard will also reflect that.
Frank, it looks simple enough, this approach shot to the 10th hole, but it can be tricky. Why?
Just the general terrain or slope of this green. Everything slopes from the front right of the screen to the back left. So not only do you get huge breaking putts here, but it's so difficult with a long club to keep that second shot on the green.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Shouldn't be a problem here. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
Just a couple of feet. So, 2 over par for the round. Par 4 11th is 379 yards as we continue backside here at the U.S. Open at Oakmont. Frank, what's the strategy off the tee here?
You're hitting something that goes about 240, 250 yards maximum, hopefully keeping it out of that right rough. And the reason why that right rough is certainly to be avoided is that big gaping bunker at the front of the screen. Green's perched up a little bit, so this is another one where if you can hit an iron or a utility club off the tee, you must find the fairway.
This one will play a little bit longer. It's up the hill to that green. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Birdie try up next. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Always nice to be comfortably inside that cut line. The wily golf instructor makes birdie. Well, Frank, the par 5 12th here at Oakmont, it's a lot of golf hole at 667 yards.
It's the hardest par 5 I've ever seen or played that doesn't have water. It starts with that tee shot. The whole fairway slopes left to right. Just to get the ball on the fairway, you've got to draw the ball against the slope. The same problem exists with the second and the third shot.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie.
It's no snack, though.
Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
This to surrender. Only one shot. Losing a bit of ground now in this tournament. With the bogey, falls to 2 over. Here at the par 3 13th, we're ready to tee off. It's 183 yards. Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. That one is going to end up in the rough. Pretty good result right there, considering...
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. Could it be? Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Well, the reason Oakmont has hosted so many U.S. Opens, Frank, as you well know, is it has a really good blend of holes. And now we come to a short par 4 at 358 yards, the 14th.
You can see the predicament in front of you, bunkers left and right, but really the bonus here is if you can get the ball on the fairway with just something like a long on off the tee, this is one of your best scoring opportunities at Oakmont.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a master class in short game.
And getting ready for the putt. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Solid effort and reasonable result to stay at 1 over par. Well, this is a good U.S. Open par 4 at 499 yards. The 15th is one of the better holes in the course, Frank.
It is. The shape of the tee shot you think would suit a cut, but because the fairway slopes quite severely to the right, really it needs a draw just to work its way against that slope and somehow keep it on the straight and narrow.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
On the way. And with that birdie, moves into second place. On to 16 now at 231-yard par 3. Headed for the bunker, I think. Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
And he's made the green.
Even par currently.
That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Coming down to the wire here at the U.S. Open Championship at fabled Oakmont, and the tension starting to build. And Frank, this is decision time at this very short 313-yard par 4.
And normally in a U.S. Open, Rich, you'd think the prudent play would be lay it up, but I kind of like driver here today. I think the worst you're going to do is just miss the green or hit it one of those pop bunkers. You perhaps could drive it on the green, be putting for eagle, but even out of one of those bunkers, you've got to think you're even money to get it up and down. I like driver here. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. Getting set now over the putt. A birdie will send him to 1 under on the leaderboard. It has come down to this. The 18th hole at the U.S. Open Championship at one of the storied venues in the sport, Oakmont Country Club. And the 18th hole, Frank, well, you make par here and you win the U.S. Open, you've earned it.
We've seen some good tee shots today, Rich. This will be the toughest one.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball. Should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. You like this one, Frank?
Oh, it's a good one. Safely on.
Doesn't dig into the lead with that par, but Frank, sometimes, and you know this as well as anyone, you just have to kind of maintain your foot.